Welcome back. In recent memory, the Disney animation studios have been turning out harmless but unspectacular animated films such as Bolt, Meet the Robinsons, and most recently, the traditionally animated Princess and the Frog. With Tangled opening in theaters November 24th, Disney gets back to its fairy tale roots. Lacey, what did you think?
Tangled takes you into the life of Rapunzel, a princess with long magical hair who was taken away from her parents, forced to live in a tower, and saved by a handsome young man. All in 3D. It's a beautiful story about a young girl breaking free from the only life that she knows to experience new and exciting things. Being kidnapped when she was just a baby, every year on her birthday, the king and queen light hundreds of floating lanterns into the sky in hopes that their princess will one day return. When a strange man by the name of Flynn Rider comes to her tower, she begs him to take her to see the lights, going against her so-called mother's rule that she must never leave the tower.
Oh, Rapunzel. How you manage to do that every single day without fail. It looks absolutely exhausting, darling.
Oh, it's nothing.
Then I don't know why it takes so long. Oh, darling, I'm just teasing.
All right. So, Mother, as you know, tomorrow is a very
Rapunzel,
big day.
look in that mirror. You know what I see? I see a strong, confident, beautiful young lady. Oh, look, you're here too.
And the journey begins. Of course, throughout the movie, Flynn and Rapunzel get into all kinds of trouble and are being chased by bad guys, but always seem to manage their way to safety.
Oh, there it is, the snuggly duckling. Don't worry, very quaint place, perfect for you. Don't want you scaring and giving up on this whole endeavor now, do we?
Well, I do like ducklings.
Yay! Garçon, your finest table, please. You smell that? Take a deep breath through the nose. Really let that seep in. What are you getting? Because to me, it's part man smell, and the other part is really bad man smell. I don't know why, but overall, it just smells like the color brown. Your thoughts?
That's a lot of hair.
She's growing it out. Is that blood in your mustache?
My favorite part of the movie was when Flynn took Rapunzel to finally see the glowing lanterns, and they begin talking about dreams. Rapunzel is nervous to see the lights because that has always been her dream. What will happen? What if she doesn't like it? What if she does? What happens after she lives her dream? That's when Flynn simply says, you get to choose a new dream. Not only is that a great message for children who watch this movie, but it's also very relatable to the adult viewers. Fairy tales let you into a whole new life. For a couple of hours, little girls get to be princesses, and little boys get to save the day. Tangled has everything from action to romance to comedy. There's no reason why you should miss out on this amazing movie from the minds at Disney.
So Lacey, I love the film too. The one thing I didn't know is that it was a musical.
Yeah, neither did I.
What was your favorite song?
My favorite song was when she sang when she was curing people with her magical hair that glowed.
And that was kind of like a song they did over and over again throughout the film.
Right.
And there was a cute little moment in there when they're like trapped in the water and they're like, how are we gonna see? We can't see anything. I don't know. All I have is magical hair that grows.
And then it finally dawns on them, light bulb.
Yeah.
I can use my hair.
The interplay between the two leads was awesome,
Right.
I think, because far too often, I think, in animated films, it's very much like a kind of a cutesy love story or like, I hate you, but I love you, that kind of thing.
Right. You
but
lied
here,
to me.
Yeah, here they were equals, I think, which was really interesting. And they took turns saving each other, which I think
Right.
is a really good message to send to kids who may see this movie, that there isn't a damsel in distress. You know what I mean? She wasn't in distress in the beginning. She didn't need to be saved because she didn't know any better. But now, you know, her world has been changed, and she even helps everyone realize that, you know, a frying pan is a weapon of choice.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you think it compared to like other animation movies, whether it's Pixar or it is Disney animation?
Well, it's certainly lacking like the emotional impact of like Toy Story 3, where the last 10 minutes make you cry into your popcorn, you know, for like the remaining 10 minutes of the movie. But I don't think every movie necessarily needs to like rip your heart out, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was wonderful, it was great, it wasn't the best movie in the world, but take your kids for sure.
It's fun.
Yes.
I actually get a chance to sit down with Mandy Moore for an interview tomorrow, so if my TV logic is correct, the footage of an interview that I haven't done yet should play next. If it's wrong, it may be a dancing gummy bear. Hello everyone, I'm sitting here with Mandy Moore, one of the stars from the upcoming Disney animation movie Tangled. First, can you just tell us a little bit about your character?
Sure. I play Rapunzel in Tangled, the Rapunzel from the fairy tale that we all know. But she's you know, this 18-year-old girl who's sort of lived her entire life in this tower locked away from the world. But she's made very good use of her time. She has a whole bunch of skills under her belt. But she, and obviously the distinguishing factor, 70 feet of magical hair. But she sort of has this longing to see the world outside. She sees these lights in the sky every year on her birthday, and I don't know, there's something that's sort of drawing her to leave the world that she's known. And she happens upon this stranger, Flynn Rider, and together they sort of find themselves on this wild adventure. Chaos and comedy and music ensue, but it's the 50th animated Disney film, and being the quintessential like kid loving Disney movies, I memorized every word of The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, and now just to think somehow that I am sort of following in that lineage, and I'm a part of like the Disney family tree now is very cool.
You're used to being in front of a camera. How is voice acting different than being on screen?
I would say the biggest difference in doing an animated film versus like a live action film is you do all of your work by yourself, or at least that was my experience with Tangled. I thought when I got cast it would be a whole bunch of us together and the camaraderie and playing off of each other's energy, but I didn't get to experience that. So you sort of have to just rely on yourself and your imagination to see this world and who these characters are and what they look like, and that was fun. Again, it kind of felt like being a kid again. I could go into like the depths of my imagination and not be embarrassed to sort of really put myself out there because I was by myself.
Disney has created many classic movies like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King. How does it feel to be a part of a Disney movie?
It's kind of the coolest thing to be a Disney princess, if you will. Again, being just the big Disney nerd I was as a kid. It's knowing going into a project like this that there will be toys and dolls and lunchboxes and Halloween costumes and every sort of toy and trinket imaginable it's very cool. I mean, there aren't too many projects like this that you'll be able to be a part of, and knowing that the life of this film will far exceed mine. Like Tangled will exist long after I'm gone. It's neat to be able to have this in my back pocket now.
What was your favorite Disney movie growing up?
The Little Mermaid was by far my favorite Disney film. I wanted to be Ariel. I did, or be friends with her, know her, live in her world.
I think that's all little girls' dreams.
Right? I loved it.
Right. What message do you hope that Tangled brings to the audience?
The message I hope that Tangled brings, Rapunzel's entire life she's been told what makes her special is her 70 feet of magical hair. And so for her to realize at the end of the day that what makes her special has been within her the whole time and has nothing to do with her hair, I think that's an important message for everyone to get across, but certainly for young women especially. I'm happy to be a part of a film where sort of the heroine of the story is someone so fearless and upstanding, and definitely someone we all could learn a little something from.